All right, everybody. We are the Ebony Star Network, sponsored by the Earthen Nation. I am the Black Knight. This is Gent Culture, Gentleman Culture, where we try to build strong black men, loyal husbands, and good fathers, and all around genuine gentlemen. Today, we're going to be talking about the wine culture. We have a whining culture of black men. Instead of whining, they should be loving black women. It would be so much better if you would just love your women. All of this whining and crying and complaining hasn't gotten you anywhere, and it won't get you anywhere. We're going to talk about that coming up right now. All right, everybody, it's the long awaited Gentleman Culture, Gent Culture for short. See you in a few minutes. Dame, drop it. And on about today. Well, we're going to find out. It is Gent Culture. Ladies and gents, how is everybody doing? It's been a while since we last talked to each other on Gentleman Culture. I'm very happy to do this podcast today. It's been a while since I've done this. This particular podcast happens to be the Lady Knight's favorite podcast. She just love her some gym culture, ain't that right, Jane?
Yes, it is.
And so, what are we going to talk about today? Well, fellas, what I want you to learn today is about whining and how it makes you look, why you should never do it, how it makes women see you, how it's a serious strike against you, how it questions your sexuality, and it's really not a good thing to engage in if you want to be perceived as a man, a strong man by a woman. Women will only submit to men that are capable, okay? Capable men. Capable men are strong men, okay? I talk to you guys about strength. When it comes down to being a man, strength is everything. Don't let anyone try to shame you for being strong. You need your strength because your strength will allow you to do just about everything you need to do in life, especially take care of a woman and take care of children and maintain a proper homestead and assets and so forth and whatever. Now, you do have a group of men, actually several groups of men, who aren't men at all. They haven't matured mentally. And they have grown men bodies, but they have childlike mentalities. And what they do is, some of them make what they do or try to make what they do seem cool, like it's some kind of manly trend that other men should follow. And it really isn't, because for one, you should be too grown as an adult male to be following a childish group like Red Pill. Those are childish men. You shouldn't be following them. You should be too grown of a male adult to be following a childish group like the Manosphere. Never mind how old these guys are. Never mind all that. Don't let that stop you from seeing the truth about who they really are. They are immature men. The type of men who want their marbles and go home with them. The type of men who are too old to be wearing backpacks with PlayStations on the inside. The type of men that have a great asset. Their greatest asset is their Xbox gaming chair. Okay? Incels. There's a lot of men with serious issues that have never grown up mentally. And they have all of these groups. They have the SYSBM, Save Yourself Black Man, which is retarded. They have the manosphere, which I still have no idea what the hell they're supposed to be. And why do we need a black version of it? The original manosphere is white men. What are we doing with a carbon copy of what white men are doing? So that just tells you right there how weak the black man is in those groups. They're not even strong enough to stand on their own square. They want to try to stand on another man's square. Okay. And then you also have the very childish and rambunctious and dangerous red pill guys. These guys are very dangerous. And you're going to find men who are going to defend their positions because these men themselves are weak, they're childish, they're broken, they're frightened by women, they can't get it together. And this is what you don't want to be. And I'm going to have some examples. Okay, I will be going through some tapes and I will be critiquing a few videos and I'm going to be using them as teaching tools. Now, I'm not a relationship guru, nor do I claim to be a dating coach, but I am a black man that has experience, who have gone through the fire through life, and I have learned a thing or two. And I'm telling you right now, the way you guys are going about it is wrong. You will never reconcile with your women this way. And I'm telling you the right way to go about it. You should be listening to me. Don't listen to fools like Obsidian. Never listen to a man that doesn't have a woman. If a man doesn't have a woman, he's trying to tell you about women, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You have to have that experience first. And men who tell you about conquest aren't men you should listen to either. Because those men don't have a clue about women either. Because they're not with any, and they've had too many in their life. So they couldn't settle with not one of them. For example, if a man tell you he done had 30 relationships and he's single, that's a man you should run away from. That's not a man with vast knowledge about women. That's a man who knows absolutely nothing about women because he can't stay with one. So he can't give you no information that you need to stay with a woman. Same thing with a pimp. A pimp is just an abuser. That's all a pimp is. He's an abuser. Doesn't have any vast knowledge about women. He does have information on how to abuse women, how to degrade women, but he can't tell you how to be with a woman either. So, if you're looking to be with a woman, if you're looking to have a strong relationship, you need to leave these dating coaches alone because they don't know what they're talking about. Now, there's one out there who does have some information, and that's shout out to Alan Roger Curry. I do have a little respect for him. I don't agree with some of the things he says. Well, I got some issues with some of the things he says about other stuff, but as far as women, he does know something. I will give him credit on that. Okay. So I will stop short of Alan Roger Curry. All right. And he actually has some good information for you. I don't know about that mode one crap. You know, I don't agree with that. You know, there are some issues in the book that I got a problem with. But as far as knowing women and knowing some genuine things about women, Alan Roger Curry knows some stuff. Okay. All right. So I do have a little bit of respect for him. He's not just blowing smoke up your behind. But y'all won't listen to him either. You won't listen to fools like Alpha Male Strategies. These guys are fool's gold. You want to listen to men? You want to listen to a man that tells you he's been with 60 women, 70 women? That makes no sense. Why would you want to listen to a man that's been with 60 and 70 women or 30 and 40 women? Is that what you think life was all about? Sleeping with countless women? That's a fairy tale world. All right? You're never going to really accomplish anything that way with women. A strong man settles on one woman and puts his all into that one woman and his children and his family. That's what a strong man does. That's what a real man does. You overgrown boys, you think that you're going to be 17 or 18 or 20 years old forever. So you're going to be exhibiting immature behavior well into your 60s. That's not a good look. So you figure after 50 years, you still haven't gotten it right. Why would you listen to somebody who's 50 years old and telling you all of these stories about how he had mad problems with women? Excuse me, that don't ring a bell? I was listening to Jason Black the other night, and he had a guy on there named Greg, who was really an SYSBM guy. And he made the SYM guys look really, really bad. Not that they need help with that, but he made them look worse than what they already are. You said he had 7 or 8 relationships. That was massive. That was a massive mathematical improbability, considering his age, which was 47. I mean, you're 47 years old talking about you done had a 20-year relationship with a white woman that didn't work out. You had a 10-year relationship with a Japanese woman, and you left her a single mama. That didn't work out. And then you paid child support and alimony. Then you say that you fell for the game. And then you say that you got no respect. You say that you got no respect from black women, but when you went over to the non-black women, they didn't respect you any more than the black woman did. So I'm confused as to what's the issue with black women. Since when you crossed over, nothing special happened. And so you guys got to stop listening to men like this, okay? These men are going to get you into trouble and they're going to get you stigmatized. You don't want that. You don't want women when they see you or they hear you, they automatically think the worst thing about you, and then they don't want to deal with you. You got to watch your association. See, many of you are following these guys like Red Supreme, who you think got it going on, and he don't. He's no authority on women. These whiners, I'm trying to explain to you, don't know anything about women. First of all, the stuff that they talk about is made up. Now, we're going to get to this guy, Red Supreme, in a minute. All right? He talks about women being masculine. I've never talked about a woman being masculine in my life. I don't know 2 guys who talk about women being masculine. But for some reason, all these guys are popping up online calling women masculine. A woman isn't a man. Masculinity is something reserved for men, not for women. So he wants to say that these women are acting masculine, but there are really no examples of these masculine women. And then we don't even, and we've got clear indications that most of these guys can't tell one thing or another when it comes down to women, because we've had beautiful women that they say were masculine. Beautiful, feminine, girly women that they say were masculine. Now, if you want a feminine woman, they're all out there. Why don't you just get yourself one? Why would you waste time? You see, a smart man, a man of substance, would never waste his time on the social media bullhorn talking about how masculine women are. You see, what you don't understand is that's a gimmick. These guys are hustling you for money. It's a hustle for your dollars. I wouldn't even waste my time putting up a podcast to tell you how masculine women. Why would I do that? If I want a feminine woman, I would just get a feminine woman. Why would I? Why do I care if some women are being masculine? That's not my cup of tea. I'm not into those type of women. So why would I even bother talking about them? And do you know the ratio of women to men? There are so many more women than men. It's ridiculous to even have a conversation about which one of them is being masculine. It's irrelevant. For every one that you think is masculine, there's a million who are feminine, or 10 million. No, well, I wouldn't say 10 million people. There's nearly a million that are feminine. Okay, so there's really no point of having podcasts about masculine women, but that's what you guys want to hear because many of you are butthurt, broken dudes who don't have any self-esteem. You don't have any confidence in yourself. You don't have any pride. You don't want to get yourself together. You want to be bums. And you think it's cool to sit up here and call women out their names because you're childish. This is what immature men do. Sit up here and act like children. Now, Dave, get that video queued up and get your FBI thing going. We're going to move to a video here where I'm going to start critiquing Mr. Red Supreme, who was talking about masculine women. Okay, go ahead, Dave.
All right, let's cover our bases with the Copyright Act. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, definitely, comments, assuredly, news reporting, only for those who don't know, teaching, we're going to learn something new today. Scholarship or research is not an infringement of copyright.
All right, cue them up. Okay, fair use. This is this guy again, this overgrown Chucky doll who swears he knows something about black women. He don't know a damn thing about black women. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of him whining about black women. I'm sick and tired of red pill, period. These guys are dangerous. They're anti-black. They're anti-black women. They don't give a shit about black men. All you do is using black men. I'm not even sure this dude's black. You know, he may be a Latino. I'm not even sure he's black. Are you guys even sure that this guy is black? Get him off the screen. Let's hear the videotape. Play it.
Yeah, man, we had a dope show yesterday, but with the Tyreek Nasheed thing. We're gonna do a part 2 today. Maybe like around 1. Maybe like around 1:30, I'll do a part 2 about the origin, who the founders of hip hop and who really contributed, who are the pioneers, who are the creators, and all that stuff, man. So we're gonna get into part 2 later today. But right now, you see the title, man. Let's have this conversation this morning. You dig? Now, black women been able to make excuses for not being feminine, right? And I broke this down. Listen, bro, I say a lot of stuff that I hear bigger YouTubers using.
See, this is what I mean by being, saying stuff that's made up. Black women have been making excuses for not being feminine. How does he know that? This is what I mean. You guys are stupid. That's why anybody can tell you anything. You guys haven't even checked this dude's background. Is he even black? Because you got a couple of dudes that aren't black telling you guys about black women. They're Latinos. And you think they're black and they're not. They're Latinos. And they're telling you about black women and they're making money off of you. A couple of these dudes that you guys follow hardcore aren't even black. They are Latinos. Excuse me. What was that noise?
Oh, excuse me.
Please go on mute. You got a couple of guys that aren't even black, and they're telling you about black women. And you believe everything they say because you're stupid. You don't even know who's black and who's not. Have you guys even checked this dude to see if he was really black? He looks Latino to me. I'm not even sure this dude is black. And you guys are listening to him. This is what I mean by stuff that they say is made up. He just tell you that black women have been making excuses for not being feminine. Who? Where is this at? I've never seen that. And what does that even sound like? I want you to think about something. What does it sound like a woman making an excuse for not being masculine? What does that excuse sound like? I've never heard of anything like that. I've never heard a woman make an excuse for not being feminine. Again, what does that even, again, this is stuff that is made up. There are no facts to what this guy is saying. He's just making this stuff up. And you guys are eating it up. And this is how he's getting paid off of you. He gets you hyped up with a bunch of made up rhetoric that you don't question, that you don't challenge. You're not even making him prove to you that he's really an authentic black man. You don't even know if this guy's authentically black. But yet he's telling you about black women. This is the first time. There's been non-black men. There are still non-black men in the manosphere and the likes that are telling you about black women. And you're listening to these fools. Play it.
I've been breaking this down, how a man can't make excuse. A man can't make an excuse for not being masculine, but black women are making excuses for not being feminine. Like,
Hey, stop.
example, well, if I'm
Again, made up stuff that you're falling for. Now, what did he just tell you? He just tricks you. He just made you think that you're supposed to have an excuse for not being a man, and you don't. You're not supposed to have an excuse for not being masculine. You're supposed to be masculine all the time. It's in your makeup. You're a man. You should never not be masculine. Of course, you can't make no excuses. What is he even talking about here? What is he even talking about? He's tricking you. So here's what you need to learn from this. You need to understand that you're a male and that your masculinity should be on autopilot. And you should never make an excuse for not being a man. Because if you make an excuse for not being masculine, it's the same as you making an excuse for not being a man. No, you're not supposed to. And as a man, you shouldn't care what women are making excuses about. Because women are different from men. So you shouldn't give a good god darn about what women are making excuses about. Play it.
I met the right man, I'll be feminine. Oh, well, when the right man comes along, then I'll be feminine. As if
Well, no, stop.
As if femininity is a.
Well, that's not what they're saying, okay? what he's attempting to do is to say that some women are trying to say if the right man come along, then they would be a woman. Okay. Well, that's not true either. Right? Women don't have to be a woman. They are women. You need to understand that. You see, what he's trying to make you think is this, that women who are out here being women shouldn't be women. I know that sounds crazy, but let me break it down to you. What he's trying to tell you is you should penalize women for being women. Okay? They don't want to submit to a bum. They don't want to submit to guys like him. And because they don't want to submit to guys like him and bums and men who can't handle up or men who are inept, then they're somehow not being women. They're somehow not being ladies. They're being masculine. If a woman don't want to get with Red Supreme, she's masculine. If a woman doesn't want to get with a red pill guy, she's masculine. If a woman doesn't want to get with one of them dweebs in the manosphere, she's masculine. If a woman doesn't want to get with one of these corky idiots in the SYSBM, she's masculine. That's what this is all about. The women that don't want to check for you losers are masculine. Women don't want to submit to losers, brothers. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what I'm trying to teach you. Women do not want to submit to losers. Red pill guys are losers. Manosphere guys are losers. The Whine sphere, they're losers. SYSBM, they are losers. Okay? These men are losers. They're not winners. They're not winning. Women don't want to submit to men who aren't winners. And why should they? Play it.
A light switch you can turn on and off. Either you're feminine or you're not. So we're gonna get into that. You know, we're gonna break this shit down, man. And if you don't understand it after this, you don't want to understand it. Well, if I get the right man, I'll be feminine. Fuck out of here. You ain't feminine in the first place. So how could you be feminine when you get a man? It's not gonna work. See,
that's not what they're saying. You see, he's putting words in their mouth. This is what I'm talking about. See, here you have a man who's been rejected by women because he's awkward. He doesn't have what it takes to deal with women. And so when he gets rejected, you're masculine. You can be the most feminine, dainty woman out there. High heels, everything. He steps to you, shoots his game, and gets shot down, then you're masculine. That's all this is. And what they mean by the right men, they're not saying that they're going to be feminine for the right man. They're always feminine. They're just saying that they're not going to submit to you because you're not the right guy. And so guys like him are mad because they can't get the soft femininity of a woman in their life because women don't want to be with them. This guy is an angry, scorned dude. Remember that old saying that hell has no fury like a woman scorned? That sounds like it's starting to change. I mean, should we start putting in there, hell has no fury like a red pill man scorned? Or hell has no fury like a manosphere dude scorned? Or hell has no fury like an SYS sissy bimb scorned? And this guy is bitter too. He's really anti-black woman. And again, we have to question his blackness. Is he really authentically black? I'm guessing no. It looks like a Latino. I wouldn't be surprised if his name is Gomez or something like that. Okay? But isn't the first time you dummies have been led astray on this black woman hate stuff by a man who isn't black? It wouldn't be the first time. Play it, Dane.
As human beings, we are creatures of habit. So if you're not used to being feminine, you're not going to be feminine once you get a man. We are creatures of habit.
Again, guys, you have to stop listening to dudes like this. What is if you're not used to being feminine? What is that? What does that look like? What is that? What is if you're not used to being feminine? What is that? A girl is a girl. A woman is a woman. There are women who are a little further along than others. Okay? There was no, if you're not used to being, so what are you saying? She's used to being a man all her life? Even the lesbians, the ones who are the dykes, they're not used to being men all their life. And even when they pretend to be the hardcore dude, you can still see how feminine they are. I've only seen one woman that was so hardcore dyke, she did appear to be manly. But she was taking hormone pills. See, they have to alter themselves to achieve that. They won't achieve that naturally because they're not men. The type of women he's talking about take hormone pills because they're trying to turn into men. Play it.
You're only going to do what you've been doing before you got in that relationship. You're not going to get with a man, flip a light switch, and then become feminine. It doesn't work like that. We are creatures of habit as human beings. That mask will slip off. Shout out to
They see, he's crossing you guys up. He just told you that we're creatures of habit and that a woman isn't going to be feminine if she wasn't feminine in her last relationship. Well, if she wasn't feminine in her last relationship, then the man she was with must have been looking for a dude. Right? Because apparently she wasn't feminine enough in her last relationship. She was feminine enough to have a last relationship, but wasn't feminine enough to stay in that relationship. You see how this makes no sense? When you peel back the layers on this guy's rhetoric, it's trash. It's gimmicky at best. All he's doing is clowning you guys because he thinks you're stupid. That's why he tell you all of this BS rhetoric. That makes no damn sense. Play it.
Garrison A. Deal with her. That mask will turn. My nigga, that mask gonna come off. They'll pretend to be feminine, but show their true colors in the end. Black women pretend to be feminine only to show their true colors in the end. Fake femininity in the Black community is on the rise. Level up coaches, telling them to get the bag.
Black women pretend to be feminine until they show their true colors. Let me say that one more time. He said, Black women pretend to be feminine until they show their true colors. Hey, Dan, can you come in here for a second?
Yes.
What the hell is Black women pretend to be feminine until they show their true colors? What the hell is that?
Okay. He's trying to say that Black women, no matter what, are not feminine. That's the way I'm picking it up as. And so they pretend to be feminine until they get what they want.
Well, riddle me this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not feminine, then how do you pretend to be feminine? How do you pretend to be something you're not?
I guess that's the thing. They're saying that she's pretending to be something she's not. Black women are always feminine.
So he's saying that Black women are feminine.
No, well, yeah, that's what he's saying. But what it really means is there's certain feminine traits that he don't like in a woman. But instead of finding a woman who has the feminine traits that he likes, he tried to lump us all in that same category that we all don't have these feminine traits. There's certain things about women that appeal to certain men. You know, usually it's the man for her. What she is feminine, and he loves it. Now, it may not be feminine to this other dude, but it don't matter. That's not her man. She ain't his woman. But no, he's trying to broad brush us and try to put us in all a little box. This is what is feminine. And if you don't have these traits, then you're not feminine.
Okay, so what I need you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to play his tape, commentate on it for a little bit. I will be right back. It's going to take me. I got something I got to do. I can't get out of. Okay, so hold it down for about 25 minutes for me. Okay. Just go ahead and play the tape and just and do your best to comment. I'll be back in about 25 minutes. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as I was saying, he's trying to claim that because we don't have, or some of the women don't have the traits that he is considered feminine, or what is considered feminine to him, that the woman don't have that trait, that she must be showing masculine trait because she don't have this particular feminine trait that he sees as feminine. Okay.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, y'all. I have an emergency. Dame, I have to go. We'll probably continue this tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll do a part 2.
All right.
Y'all, sorry about that. I got something I really got to deal with. I have an emergency. So I will see you guys tomorrow with a part 2 of this. We're not done with this. I can't say right now. So we're going to say peace, power, and unity. Then close us out. Don't even do the music. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Or if you want to continue, Dame, for a few minutes, you can. But I got to go. Okay?
All right, then.
All right.
All right. Gotcha. Okay, everyone. Sorry about that. We'll do a part 2 to this. Peace, power, and unity. Thanks for showing up. And look out for the next GentCulture. We'll most likely do it tomorrow. But anyway, peace, power, and unity, everyone.